The concierge's smile froze when my mother saw me. Her champagne glass paused halfway to her lips. The violinist kept playing. The marble floor reflected all of us, my parents. My sister, her husband, their children, caught mid-celebration like insects in amber. And me. Standing there with a carry-on still dusted with airport grit. My father's face drained of color first, not shock. Fear. I felt it then, the heat in my chest. The calm on top of it, the perfect, surgical calm. They weren't supposed to see me here. This was their dream. Their postcard moment. Their proof that they were a family, complete without me. I took a step forward. The sound of my shoes echoed louder than the music. My mother whispered my name like it was a mistake. I smiled, and that's when I knew I had timed it perfectly. Christmas morning had smelled like cinnamon and obligation. The living room was too bright, the tree overloaded with ornaments that told a history I no longer fit into. I sat on the edge of the couch, coffee cooling in my hands, watching my sister's kids tear wrapping paper like it owed them money. My parents were glowing. My sister was glowing. Her husband hovered like a loyal assistant, then the envelope came out, thick, cream-colored. My father held it like a trophy. "A week in Europe," he said, voice trembling with pride. "5-star resort, all-inclusive," they screamed, they hugged, they cried. I waited. My gift was last. Always last. A thin rectangle. Light. No envelope. No weight, a calendar, landscapes. Stock photos, January through December of places I wasn't invited to. I laughed once. It slipped out by accident. "Is this a joke?" I asked. The room went quiet. My father didn't look at me when he answered. "You'll just get in the way." He said it like a fact. Like gravity. No one argued. My sister didn't even look guilty. She looked relieved. That was the moment something in me went cold and sharp and permanent. I didn't yell. That would have made it easier for them. I asked why, calmly. Too calmly, my mother sighed. My sister shifted. Her husband studied his phone. "Things are complicated," my mother said. "You know how you are. Independent, single. Not woven into their neat narrative." My father finally met my eyes. "This trip is about family." I nodded. I swallowed. I smiled. That night, I lay awake replaying every time I'd been tolerated instead of wanted. Every holiday seating arrangement. Every photo where I was on the edge, cropped out eventually. I wasn't angry. Anger is messy. I was focused. I booked the trip 3 days later. Not the same resort. Better, quieter. Closer to the city they'd talked about for years. The one my father had always said was the dream. I upgraded the flight. Window seat. Champagne before takeoff. I didn't tell anyone. I let them post photos. Let them tag locations. Let them believe I was home. Flipping calendar pages like a consolation prize. I studied their itinerary. Their habits. My sister's need to be seen. My father's need to control the narrative. I didn't want revenge. I wanted precision. That's how I ended up in the lobby. My sister's youngest spotted me first. "Aunt." My mother dropped her glass. My father stepped forward, voice low and tight. "What are you doing here?" I looked around. The chandeliers. The flowers. The life they thought was theirs alone. "I'm on vacation," I said. My sister laughed nervously. "You couldn't just come with us." I tilted my head. "You said I'd get in the way." Silence hit like a dropped plate. My father's jaw clenched. "This was supposed to be private. So was Christmas morning," I said. "We stood there, years of quiet exclusion stacked between us." "You planned this?" my mother whispered. "Yes." The word felt clean. I leaned in, just enough for my father to hear. "You taught me how to plan. You just didn't think I'd ever use it against you." His eyes flickered. Not anger, recognition. They left early, not because I forced them. Because the air changed. Every dinner felt like a confrontation. Every photo felt incomplete. The kids asked questions. The staff noticed the tension. My sister tried to apologize once. It sounded rehearsed. My parents stopped calling. Back home, the story shifted. They said I'd made things uncomfortable. That I'd overreacted. I didn't correct them. I didn't need to. The silence that followed was the most honest thing they'd ever given me. I stayed longer. I walked the city alone. I ate slowly. I watched sunsets without explaining myself to anyone. I realized something important there. Standing where they'd always dreamed of standing. They didn't exclude me because I was in the way. They excluded me because I was optional. And I finally stopped trying to be necessary to people who only loved me when I was convenient. The calendar still hangs in my kitchen. I don't use it to mark time anymore. I use it to remember the moment I stopped waiting for permission and booked my life without them.